Statutory requirements in the NDAA to establish this new department by 2020. The time has come to write the next great chapter in the history of the armed forces of the United States, to turn the page to an evolution of our armed forces to meet the challenges and opportunities on that limitless frontier. Our nation's armed forces have always been the vanguard of advancing American leadership beyond the bounds of Earth. Space Force will ensure a new era of American supremacy in space. But there's much work to do. As the men and women of the National Defense University know well, when it comes to defending our nation and protecting our way of life, it is the cost of inaction that we can't afford. With every passing year, what we choose to do in space plays an ever greater role in our security, our prosperity, and to no less extent, the very character and vitality of our nation. Our activities beyond our atmosphere accelerate scientific and medical discoveries. They spur groundbreaking innovations, revolutionize how we communicate, travel, farm, and trade, launch new businesses and industries, and quite literally create the jobs of the future. And while other nations increasingly possess the capabilities to operate in space, not all of them share our commitment to freedom, to the rule of law, and to peace through strength. So as we continue to advance the prosperity of our people, expand the horizons of human knowledge, and carry our most cherished ideals into this new frontier, we will do this just as we have done through the long and storied history of this country. We will do it with a commitment to American strength and to freedom.
Well, I saw a caravan of migrants coming, saying something about free stuff. They put all the children and women in the front, 'cause they're afraid of getting shot. They carried the flag from where they came from. Well, I don't know why they can't go back. You're not gonna come here illegally. Yeah, we're just gonna send you back. You're not gonna come here illegally. No, we're just gonna send you back. Alright, hello. How's everyone doing today? This is Locker Room Talk, and I'm your host, Political. Today I'd like to go over something I haven't talked about before, but white women. Now, I like white women just as much as any fella. But this one in particular kind of bothers me. So we're gonna listen to what this daft cunt has to say and go over a couple points.
Hey, did you know women have had the right to vote for less than 100 years? I mean, it's true. Think about that. For over half of our country's history, women have had no say in choosing the people who govern them. The white male landowners who wrote the original laws believed that women were too delicate for the coarse reality of politics. And obviously today, those same men have made politics coarser than ever. But we are not backing down. For the sake of Ida B. Wells, Alice Paul, and so many other women who risked their welfare to earn us a seat at this table, please pull up a chair, and on November 6th, vote fiercely.
All right, you heard it there. You gotta vote Democrat if you want to protect your welfare. But it's more than that. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being called a Nazi. It's ridiculous at this day and age that, it's like I woke up in Bizarro world. You know, Trump is speaking things into reality. He says fake news, fake news, fake news. Whatever shred of credibility the mainstream media once had, they're just throwing that shit right out the window. They're doubling down on their nonsense. Everybody knows across the aisle that this caravan coming up here ain't good for any of us. These people would have you virtue signal yourself to death. For the sake of sanity, I'd say left or right, let's try to find common ground with one another. Find things that we can agree upon. Hey, I don't like senseless war. Can we come together on that? Can we figure out a way to figure out who's pushing all of this nonsense? We've got the internets now. We know Saudi Arabia funds terrorism. What the fuck are we doing giving them all this money? Who's really running things around here? You're not supposed to talk about it, but doesn't this go all the way back to Roman times with black nobility and all of those bloodlines? To the creation of the Federal Reserve and that dick that took us off the gold standard and put us on fiat. What happens if the internet crashes, ladies and gentlemen? What happens? All that digital money gone. An X-flare takes the grid down. A nuclear bomb detonated at high altitude by a foreign entity. What happens to the debt? I think they made a movie about this, did they? Well, anyhow, folks. Until next time, I'm political. I should probably do more than this, but I don't feel like it. Goodbye.